Finally awake, are you? You've been out a full week. I serve as captain of the Caldislan Guard. My name is Owen. Can you tell me yours?
Tiz.
You were found unconscious in the ravine near Norende. I take it that was your home? Norende? I must ask you to stay calm. Your village is gone. A great chasm opened in the earth and all of Norende was swallowed up in darkness. You were spared, but the others... Pray, do not think on it now. You need your rest. There will be time for mourning later.
Little fellow's back with us, then?
Aye, and all alone in the world. And past that solitude, what? Guilt at surviving? Pitiable lad. The king will be expecting my report. Keep watch on him a while, father.
Ah, the Norende boy. Tiz, was it? Owen spoke of you. I offer my deepest regrets for your loss. I cannot ease your pain, but time may. Stay and rest all you need.
Your Highness is so very kind. But my plan is to leave for the village straight away.
Admirable, lad, but danger hounds the road to Norende. That gaping maw has drawn beasts of all stripe to it. It's overrun with monsters.
There may be survivors. All the more reason I must go. Someone out there may be waiting for help.
Very well, though it shames me to send you off alone. I'd lend a portion of my guard, but these cursed knights of the Eternian sky are riddling my kingdom with cannonballs.
I'll manage on my own. Thank you, Your Highness.
Do be careful, child, and know that you've a place here when you return.
Can you hear my prayers? Wherever you are, whoever you are. Can you see the wound torn open before me? Please, let the walls of the world collapse no further. Let me be strong enough to stem this flood.
You there! If you know something, tell me, please. What caused that chasm? Did anyone else survive? Surely at least a few others. I need information. Anything. My parents were there. My friends. Everyone. Just living their normal, boring lives. I won't accept that all those lives have ended. Not without a search.
You alone survived. I am sorry. I am sorry.
I found you! You've been found! I've the eyes of a hawk! And the nose of 7 wolves!
7 wolves that wasted the last week sniffing at dead ends. Now stop yapping and go fetch.
I know, woman! And I take no orders from you! No orders!
An Eternian airship?
The Sky Knights! I thought I'd covered my trail. Go, now! It's me they want.
What? Why?
I'll not involve an innocent bystander.
Cannon fire? This is madness! This way!
What?
Quit darting about! Taking covers for the weak! Stand your ground! There are only 2 tactics a real warrior needs. Frontal assault and death by frontal assault!
Listen to yourself in a froth over a little girl. I'm so very tired of talk. Now, are any of you man enough to go down there and get her?
Yes, ma'am. Leave it to me.
Good boy. Bring her back, and I may just reward you. But be quick about it. I'm opening fire as soon as I forget about you, and I have a short memory for dawdlers.
Yes, ma'am.
This boy has nothing to do with me! Let him go!
They don't seem like the type to listen. Here they come!
Yes! Body clashing against body, muscle against muscle! This is real combat! Oh, my heart, woman! How it races!
Yes, lovely. Though I'll grant the boy does handle himself well. I'm less bored than I was a moment ago. Whereas you lot are a massive disappointment. Honestly, are there no men here capable of a satisfying performance?
On my way, ma'am! Not again!
Gunners, steady on! Keep firing! Fire till you've nothing left!
We've nothing left, Captain.
What? We're spent? Already?
Isn't that always the way when you're all passion and no finesse? The great Barras Lehr, quickest cannon in Eternia.
The two deadliest guns ever made are still right here! Where steel fails, muscle never falters! Show them what the Sky Knights are made of, boys! Get down there and frontal assault!
Yes, sir! Clingier than ticks!
and flabby. I'll go myself. I must! How my blood surges, how it longs to smash things!
Like our airship? You're the only one who can steer this boat, you dumb ox.
Holly Whyte! Must you dash all of my dreams? Fine, you go get it then.
Me? Go crawling down in the dirt like a filthy henchman? In these white robes? Please. Now turn us around and let's be off. There will be plenty of time to play with her again once we've resupplied.
All of my dreams, Holly Whyte.
I still haven't gotten your name, miss. Mine's Tiz Orier.
Agnès. Agnès Oblige.
And I'm Airy. It's a pleasure.
Ugh! A miniature monster!
Rude! I am not a miniature monster. I am a cryst-fairy. Fire, water, wind, earth. 4 crystals. 4 pillars of the world. Agnès is the Vestal of Wind. She tends the wind crystal.
Vestal of Wind?
Priestess, bride, and servant to the crystals. A weaver of prayers who ensures their eternal glow. The Vestal's rites purify the crystals, warding the world from natural disaster.
The crystals reveal the way to the Vestals, and the Vestals pass that on to the people. They guide the world.
In times past, perhaps. But now the crystals go forgotten, and the Vestals with them.
And what purpose should bring a Vestal here?
That chasm. A week prior, at the same time, the ground parted here. The crystal of wind was consumed by an unnatural darkness. The crystals are the source of all life and all energy in the world. Our lands, our seas, and all that inhabit them exist through the crystal's bounty. They sustain us. But a foul corruption has overtaken them. The wind lies still, and the oceans rot. Fire runs wild, and the earth, well, at this rate, the world will be shrouded in a darkness fit to blot out all life from existence. I had to see the chasm for myself.
What is it? What caused the ground to fall?
I do not know. But I do know how to unmake it and stop the coming dark. I must hurry back to Anshine. Come, Airy, let's go.
Hey! Wait a minute! You said you could unmake it. Do you mean to say you'll repair that giant hole?
I will do what only I am able. Purify the crystals and release them from the darkness. Once this blight has been purged from all 4 of the world's crystals, order will be restored. It is the only way.
Vestals have been pouring their prayers into the crystals for generations. Agnès is going to release all that at once. The flood of light that comes out of them should be more than enough to wipe that big hole off the map.
I can't even imagine. Agnès, please, let me help you.
My task is not your concern.
It is my concern. The chasm, it just swallowed up my village, my family, my friends. I lived the same routine all my life, and that was just stolen from me in an instant. I'll not allow anyone else to suffer the same. I'll do anything. Anything you need. Please, you're a light. My ray of hope. And I want to help.
Well, Agnès?
I cannot accept. This burden is mine alone, and alone is how I'll see it done.
But why? Please!
I shall see you back to the city, and there our paths will part. You are not meant to carry this load.
What's that pendant you wear?
This? It was given to me by someone special. It's something of a lucky charm.
A lucky charm? That's charming. Sorry, that sounded daft. It's very pretty. It suits you.
Ah, Tiz! Good to see you safely returned. What of Norende? I take it from your grim countenance, our fears were confirmed.
It is gone, but not forgotten, Your Highness. I'm prepared to rebuild it. It will take time, but Norende will recover.
Well spoken, lad. I shall support the effort however I can. Take this. It will serve as a token of your new office as chairman of the restoration effort.
It's an honor, Your Highness. Isn't there any way to drive the Eternian military from the borders of your kingdom?
Tiz.
Ah, they've been a curse upon us all of late. And never more than this last week. They're in a lather over this search for the Wind Vestal. I've no clue what has them so desperate, but they've begun making bold threats. They've berthed their ships at the lake southwest of us with cannons trained on the city. I fear our own ships cannot fly as long as they've our people at gunpoint. It galls me, but there's little I can do.
Your Highness, I offer my humblest apology for the ordeal I have forced upon your kingdom. I am Agnès Oblige, the Vestal of Wind.
You!
I shall resolve the matter. I give you my word, I will cause you no further grief.
Will you? Yes, that would be... But wait a moment.
You need worry on the matter no further, Your Highness. Farewell.
Wait! I'm coming too!
Agnès, I have a plan, a good one. Get captured, then they'll take you aboard their airship. That's your ticket across the sea.
It's true that no ships can sail upon the ocean now that it's rotted.
You can't really mean to. Agnès, they'll kill you!
I'll not ask you again. Leave us. You are too eager to meddle in the affairs of others. Farewell.
Agnès, wait! That road leads to the graveyard. It's a dead end.
Which way is the lake?
It seems you've need of a guide. At least let me show you the way there.
Unacceptable.
I think it's a grand idea. It could take weeks with Agnès' sense of direction.
Airy? Very well. Then I ask you to serve as our guide, only as a guide, and only as far as the lake. Is that clear?
As a crystal, leave it to me.
Done! Done! We've supplies to last a fortnight! Cannonballs to rain iron on Caldisla for a week straight!
Seems we've been saved the effort. Have a look below.
Oh, the Vestal's come to us! Planning a frontal assault, is she? I like it! So help me, Holly, I'm going in myself this time! Don't try to stop me!
I don't suppose I've much choice. I'll join you. Let's be done with her and back to the villa already. I'm liable to go on a killing spree if I don't get a proper shower soon.
Watch the ship, boys!
Aye, sir!
To battle! Whyte! Give us a fitting arena! Monk Barras Lehr enters the ring!
This blue light. What's happening?
A part of the Asterisk's power, boy! You know where to run! Not till I'm finished with you!
I'd say we're already finished here. I'm not breaking a sweat if it's not absolutely necessary.
What? I live for fighting, woman! Let me have this! My heart's fuse is lit! You can't unlight my heart fuse!
Must you always shout? Daft or loud, man? Pick one! I take it you've come to surrender, girl. You've caused more than enough hassle already.
I understand that. I've no intention of resisting.
Lovely. She speaks sense.
What? No soul-searing combat? No white-knuckled fisticuffs? No smashing?
Pipe down! Or will it take my boot on your throat? Now, come along, Vestal. I'll see you're well taken care of.
I thank you for seeing me here, Tiz. I expect we will not meet again.
Agnès, wait! You can't go just yet! You, Sky Knights, will you promise me she won't be mistreated?
I've said it once. I plan to take care of her myself. I'll see the beatings aren't fatal.
Beatings! Finally! Count me in!
What?
She's dragged us all across this backwater for weeks. Surely I'm entitled to vent my frustrations. But fear not. I'll see she's brought back from the brink each time. Though I fear my magic won't keep the girl's mind intact.
Are you listening to this, Agnès? I told you before.
Tiz, I'm not...
You're my hope. I'll not hand you over to these monsters.
Ah, youth. So passionate, so sincere, so thoroughly stupid. It's enough to make me retch. This maudlin display's gone long enough! Ferris, show these starry-eyed brats what they're up against!
Yes! Finally the duel begins! On with the punching!
Agnès, are you hurt? I'm glad I was able to stop you.
Tiz, I was naive. I swore I would involve no others in my journey. The task I face is mine as Vestal, and mine alone. Yet I was afraid. When faced with capture, I wavered. I had thought I'd steeled myself to face any peril, to withstand any pain. But had I faced those two alone, I'd have faltered. My journey would have ended in a cell, or worse. I am grateful to you, Tiz, and grateful for you. Will you join me? I would like you to join me.
I did that a while back, silly. It's no surprise. I have it on very good authority I'm the eager-to-meddle type.
Tiz, I thank you.
That just leaves the problem of how we're crossing the sea. We need to get you to Ansheim, don't we?
I have another plan. This one's better still. If riding their ship as a captive's out, why not as a captain?
You want us to steal an airship? Though, if we did manage it...
We've no way of knowing where it went.
Let's head back to the city for now. We can ask around there.
You chased off the Eternian ship? Amazing! Truly, the Vestal is a worker of miracles. And you as well, Tiz. Excellent work, lad.
Has there been any word of where the ship has gone, Your Highness?
What have you heard from your men, Owen?
It seems the Sky Knights have returned to their hold, Your Majesty. The Lontano Villa.
Lontano Villa. Then that's where we're headed.
I'm afraid you'll not get there now. The bridge they shot out is still in ruins.
We'll mount a full-scale offensive the moment it's repaired. For now, we must be patient. Go and rest.
Silence!